never know if this camera's working or it's not. Got no great skill with cameras. I've got no great skill with anything actually. Telling yarns, storytelling I'm pretty good at, but I wouldn't say I was an expert. This little short video is not particularly made for everybody's interest, entertainment. I've got to keep looking strange in my bloody glasses. I don't know, I've lost them. I'm using some spares, but they're not the same. This vid's for Sir Geoffrey Bennett. That fella that gallivants around the place, you know, he's always on boats in bloody Ireland. Gives me the shits actually. I'd like to be there myself. Jealousy's a curse. But there you go. Alright Jeff, enough rigging around. We're in the process of moving, mate. We hope. I think we've sold our little spot in paradise. Living in Queensland, I don't like the Premier. I don't like anything to do with the government. I don't like much at all in the last year or two. And having the background I've got, I certainly don't think they need me in this state anymore. So I'm going to move, buy a place on the coast, down south a bit. Change of scenery, change of everything, I suppose. But anyway, having said that, because I'm packing up, behind the camera there's bloody boxes everywhere. I've got, you have no idea what you've got till you start to move. I've got most things put away with the hope that these people do take the place. Now I said I'd send you a guitar. I've looked at what I've got and I've settled on the last one I made. Now you've seen this one before. This is made with the Padron box, and I said it's the first one with a, well, it's not exactly the first one with a cigar box, but it's the first one that's been successful, because you can't really, it's a bit hard to get the big boxes here. I've been making them with the little ones, mainly for kids, you know, the play, fiddle with. But I've spent a lot of time going over this, playing it, checking it, and I think it's fine. It plays quite nicely. No pickup in it, Jeff. I'm hoping you've got a microphone and an amp that plays quite well on the mic, and but there's not much I can do about that. I mean, if you want to fit a pickup yourself, it's just a matter of taking the strings off, lift the lid, cut the hole and drop the pickup in virtually, and a jack on the side. If you're a bit disappointed with that, I'm sorry. It's not a hard job to do it. I mean, any luthier worth his salt would do it in no time flat. But if you get stuck with something, let me know. Anyway, the other little pointers with it, normally what I use on these things is Gotter machine heads, or better ones again if I can get them. Different things. I normally, with something like this, normally I would put a humbucker pickup in it. I'd dress it up probably a bit more because people like a little bullshit on the guitar. I'd put really good machine heads on the top, and I'd stick a price of $4.50 on it and sell it. I've sold, that's normally the range I'm selling most of my stuff in, is $350 to $500, around that area. But I'm hoping that you'll enjoy it. I've there's no complaint in this. I desire to send you this, and as a gift, nothing involved here. But the the more hardware, the more cost of postage. We're in Australia here, and I think you might have forgotten all about it, but by Christ, they don't miss you, mate, I can tell you that. So what I've done is I'm going to add to the box when I send it. The machine heads on this, as far as I know, are quite good. They seem to work okay. I've used them before, but I'll send you some spares. If something does go wrong, it's not hard to change it over. So, and I'll probably, there's a little bit of mark on there. These strings, I'll stick a couple of extra strings in as well, mate, to sort of get you set. But I'll just give it a quick strum, then I'll show you a couple of other things. This is just acoustically without, move the mic away, just with the camera mic. Slide. Now I'll just show you the other thing that I've got here. I'll just put that down a minute. Oops, stand up there, that's the way. Pick the camera up, a bit of a hand there for a minute. It'll come in a box, and that's the box. If I can get back a bit further, you can see it there. It's these days I make them out of, or try to make them out of hardwood, dress them up, make them look nice, but they're fairly heavy. So I've taken another guitar, that one, out of the box, and I've had to alter the box to accept this one, as the cigar box on this one's a bit longer. It comes to about here somewhere, so I had to cut that piece out, and it doesn't look so flash, my man, but you know. There's a strap in there I'll include with the, there's no strap on the box. It normally fits, if I can get back a bit further, fits here somewhere. And it's just a matter of a couple of screws on each end, but that's the strap. And I'll put the other things in the end up here so they don't wobble around, and the guitar fits quite nicely in there now. It's going to be a little loose, but I'll of course have packing in there to allow it to not move around too much, and I'll wrap it up well. But there's nothing wrong with the box. It's one of it's been around a little while. I've got a storeroom there, as I've shown before, where I store stuff, and this has been in there for probably, I don't know, a year, and but it's fine. Hope you're happy with it. Now I'll just put the microphone. I'll put this camera back on the thingamajig here somewhere, and we'll play a little bit with the amp. Now, I don't know what sort of amp you've got. I'm hoping you've got an amp, and I'm hoping, I mean, this plays quite nicely acoustically. It's quite loud and really surprised me. Maybe it's the wood in the box. They say it's cedar, so maybe that does it. A couple of little holes there, but it does sound quite good acoustically, so there's no drama. But if you've got a microphone, now I'm a bit of a strange one, and I've got it on delay at the moment, and I've got it fairly well up on the effects, so that you get quite an effect through it. Where am I plugged in there? chicken bone John would probably lay an egg when he hears me play, but I really don't give a rat's, eh? So there it is. That's I'll put it on a little bit of move it around here to what have we got on there? We got reverb. I think it sounds quite nice. I'm quite happy with it myself, but I'm no connoisseur when it comes to guitars. There are probably people think that I make shit, but I really don't care about that either, Jeff. That's something I enjoy, and it's a bit of satisfaction when you get it completed and it works. But that one is, I even like the box. I don't know why. It's got a nice catch on it, and it's a good straight solid box. It looks good. I'm happy with it. There's no fancy dress-ups on it. As I've said, it's fairly plain, and it plays nice. And I've got my little insignia on there, snake. But I'm happy with it, and I think I don't know if you can play slide or not. I mean, you're pretty good on the old guitar, Jeff. You leave me for dead, mate. But I think the slide, the thing with the 3-string, as I've found, because I can't play guitar for shit, but the 3-string is so easy to get that slide going. It takes a little bit. If you've got knowledge in the guitar, you'll work it out, mate. But before I send it to you, mate. I love it. I love playing it, and the trouble when you make these things, you don't want to sell any of them. I get a little bit pissed off sometimes when someone buys one, and I think I like that myself. I shouldn't even sell it. Look, another thing, the bridge pin, if you want, or whatever you want to call it, there's just a minor, the very smallest little imprint in it to keep the string in place, because it's being wood, oak or something, blue gum or something like that. It's a very solid wood, and it's the same up this end. There's a little bit better slot, but not a big one, because it tends to upset the sound of the string if you bed it in too far, and if you make it too wide, it affects the strings, and you get a discoloration in it. But anyway, I think I've covered it all, and it'll probably be a week or two before I get this place tidied up and get around to getting into town. We're a fair way out of town, but I've got to get some bubble wrap and all that sort of shit and wrap the old box up. But it's a coming, son, and I hope you enjoy it. Even if you hang it on the wall and don't play it, that's fine, and you can have a look at it occasionally. But if you play it, I'd like to see you do something, make a fool out of me and belittle me a bit, and put it on Facebook or wherever you want to put it, so I can see what you're doing with it, mate, when you get it. But I hope it's worth waiting for. So all the best, my son, and I appreciate our little conversations, all right? And what else can I say? give it to them in Ireland. My family Irish, on my father's side. Thick necks, thin arms, and bad-tempered. Not that I'm bad-tempered, if you get what I mean. Alright, that's it. Over and out. And I'll have a drink of coffee to you, mate. Over and out. And I hope the flood's stopped and all the weather's nice and fine for you and you get plenty of work. We're about to turn this thing off, if I can work out how to do that. I think we go